Hi, thanks for joining us. My name is Mark Forster. I'm from Comscare, part of the Ingram Micro Group. So we've got Wayne Sutcliffe with us, who went to VMworld as part of VMware. We've got Amar Jandu, who went to Microsoft Ignite. And we've got Dan Maynard, who was at the Cisco Partner Summit over in Vegas. From what we see a lot is around speed being important, speed to the market, speed to talk around services, speed to talk around solutions, and how that gets enabled. Obviously, as a shameless plug, that this is where our businesses are all sort of heading towards in terms of our individual business units, about what we can do to enable the partners. What are the vendors doing to assist in this space around enabling the partners to actually, so I mean, it's all this really exciting tech out there, really exciting that we're pushing. Customer success is the front and fore of what we're doing, bringing collaborative from different vendors to really enhance the experience. But what are they doing to empower us with the information to go out and actually be able to talk about that or sell that? Was there any sort of messages that you felt came out?
Yeah, so from VMware's perspective, like every vendor, there's a lot around partner programs becoming enabled, and that takes investment from the partner as well as from the vendor. But it's getting you in the best position and to be able to serve the needs of the customers and deliver the solutions. I think other big areas coming from VMware, is the amount of collateral that they provide you now and support that they provide you via their websites, but also when you've got the correct partner status, so with VMware Triple MSC, which is Master Services Competency across their virtualization, network virtualization, and even going into AWS on Cloud and Cloud Foundation, that gets you the attention of the vendor that you are a specialist, you are able to deploy the technologies. So you get invited to much deeper customer experience training, Wi-Fi training that other partners out there wouldn't have access to. So it's the dual investments definitely coming from the vendor and from the partner reach the benefits.
Yeah, I'd say the same. It's similar for Microsoft. Like the support that they provide now is just you obviously got different levels of support, but it's just there's something for everybody. If you want to really if customers want their handholding, they can have that level of service, or otherwise. Also, there are a lot of programs that Microsoft offer as well for people like us in our business. Cloud adoption framework to help customers, partner with Microsoft so we can help customers migrate and make their journey to the cloud. Fast track program, to name a few. But yeah, definitely Microsoft are really trying to push those as to help customers in their journey in adopting whatever kind of technology or that they have available.
Yeah, and with Microsoft, we've got like 13 gold competencies, and we're fast track enabled already. So I think that puts us as a unique position to be able to service the channel very much so.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, from a Cisco perspective, a similar theme, I guess, overall. I think one of the takeaways was definitely around that. I think Cisco recognised that they don't know everything, which was great to hear. I think sometimes the assumption is that vendors, when the big global vendors, they believe they know everything. I think it was great to hear that there's some areas where they absolutely need the partners to be the experts in a particular area. Cisco just launched a light version of their managed services program, MSP Express. That's absolutely to drive more opportunity with managed services partners who are ultimately expert from a managed services perspective, and to simplify the opportunity to sell Cisco technology alongside that managed service business that they already have. So they definitely felt that was a little bit more of a simplification of some of the historically quite heavy lifting partner programs that Cisco have, and also an appreciation around that they need to perhaps try and give more sales help to partners and also to their own sales associates. So there's a lot of talk around the sales plays, around being able to to produce a more standardised template for Cisco sales associates, but then also for partners, to have a more templated approach to sort of qualify and understand the customer's needs, so then be able to position the right Cisco technologies. In a lot of ways, it sounds a little bit. It might well be a lot of partners looking and go, I know how to qualify my customer, but being able to, how to then position the right technology against the qualification from that customer, I think is massively important. I think that, sometimes back on that piece of own your edge, partners know the customer, but they don't necessarily know how to then position the right technology solution against what their customer is telling them in terms of what their pain points are, where they want to get to in 2 years. It's great to do that, but if you then can't do the follow-up of being able to talk about whether it be Cisco, VMware, Microsoft or other vendor solutions, then you come to pretty much a grinding stop. And that's where I think Cisco have changed their approach quite a bit in terms of recognising that if they don't help partners to be able to position, not just in terms of getting some of the certifications that are more technically led, but about being able to talk about it from a more salesy approach, that's been quite a shift, which is great to see. I think your other point in terms of speed to market, like all vendor programs and partner programs, you see quite a distinction in terms of the Cisco World Gold Partners, 40 or so in the UK, heavily invested into the Cisco architectures, heavily invested into Cisco overall. Speed to market is critical, and whilst it's a semi-shameless plug, I think the smaller partners out there who don't have the scale that the larger partners do, in terms of that speed to market, absolutely, we give them a fantastic opportunity to be able to recognise some of the vendor messages, what the vendors are doing, and ensure that they can be talking to their customers a lot earlier in the cycle than they either are today, or having the confidence to be able to do it, knowing that they can back off more of either the technology or the expertise in terms of managed services, for example, onto Ingram and Comscare, to be able to embrace that speed to market and embrace the opportunity now rather than spending 12 months upskilling, is absolutely something that I think we'd love to work with more partners around that side of things, in terms of them recognising that there's a lot more we can help them with while they upskill and get further up the stack in terms of some of those partner programs. A lot of them can be quite costly, either in time or in terms of cost of training, exams, etc. Smaller partners need to recognise the revenue and see the revenue before they invest in some of the certifications. So, and I think we can absolutely help them with that.
And I think it's what I think that really resonates though with the overall strap of Cisco of owning your edge, in terms of the partner can still own their edge. That's fine, and it's just on whether the partnering with obviously Ingram Micro and the solutions that we can bring, or even like we said earlier in terms of competitors, different vendors, all that type of thing. It's just what value they bring to the customer. Because one thing which I took away from the Cisco was I've never seen it from the previous summits that I've been to as bold as it was. I think it was one of their earlier straps about being bold, but they turned around and said that if you won't own that customer, if you won't renew that contract, then we will work with a partner that will. Rather than being quite protective over partners, I think that Cisco seemed like the real focus on that customer experience, potentially taking some of the learnings from the other vendors, and they want to work with the partners that are ultimately really engaged with the customer, not just selling necessarily on volume, but really deep ingrained, talking around install base, talking around renewals. Yep. And I thought that was quite a bold thing to say in front of a global platform, to say if you don't do it, we'll find somebody that will, basically, I suppose was the sort of underpinning tone to it.
Yeah, that was a common theme again. Microsoft have been in that space now for a couple of years, and hence fast track program.
Yeah.
VMware very much the same, and it's all about a lot of the end customers have made a lot of big investments over the years in the software and in the technology, and it's making sure they're realising the benefits of that investment. And continuing to develop and evolve using the technology. So I think it is bold by all the vendors, but they're all taking a similar stance, and it's all around ultimately end customer care.